Doing a gel overlay, tube versus tub. This is the battle. Greg's gonna show you both right now.
When working with hard gel, there are certain fundamentals that are going to help you achieve success. The problem is working from a tub or working from a tube. What is easier? What is harder, right? And if you don't know, I'm here to show you how you're going to achieve success by working with both. All right, so I've prepared 2 nails, remove shine, applied protein bond, which you have to do. It doesn't matter whether you're working from a tub or a tube. But here's the thing. If you're working from a tub or tube, they share the same base gel, which is in a tub, right? So you have to know how to pick up the gel from a tub to have success. Let me show you how you're going to do that with ease. All right, so what we have to remember is when we're working from a tub, right, you're not going to physically scoop it out because the base gel, as you can see, self-levels, right? It moves around, right? Kind of just moves really fast, it flows, self-levels very quick. What you're going to notice is that if I take the tip of my brush and I pull through the surface of the gel, it's going to leave me with this little tail, right? I'm not going to sit here and try to bounce the tail off. What I want to be able to do is I want to be able to pick it up, and then I just want to tap the side, which is going to break it off. And you're going to notice that there's an even amount on the tip of the brush, right? Nice little pearl, a nice little bead. That's what we want to be able to pick up when we're actually applying the base gel. Now you're going to notice that when I set it to the surface, right, I'm going to be able to push it down and then pull it through. What this does, it's going to split it evenly on both sides. It kind of creates this wall, right, this tooth around the edge. If I lay my brush inside and I start to push it out, notice that it's going to bead the wall, not just close to the cuticle area, but also close to the sidewall. I'm going to be able to do that through the whole entire surface, right? And what this is going to do, it's going to create the perfect buildup around the perimeter and leave a nice, even coat of base from cuticle to free edge. What you want to be able to do is you want to be able to pick it up, set this down, again, pull through, split it, and then use your brush to kind of guide it through, right? That way it creates that nice, even buildup around the perimeter. You're not picking up a large amount, just a nice even amount that you're able to work well through the whole entire surface of the natural nail. You're going to do that on all 5 nails when you're working with gel, starting from the pinky, ending with the thumb. Now once you're done doing that, we're going to go inside the light and we're going to cure it, right, for a minimum of 30. However, this is the thing. It's going to take you at least 60 seconds to do the other hand. Leave the hand inside the light while you're working on the other hand, right? And then as soon as you're done, rotate and switch out and continue to work. Okay, now, right, I have a tub of concealer peach, right? And then I also have a tube of concealer peach. They are obviously beautiful, warm concealer gels. Great for building extensions, sculpting overlays, doing many different types of enhancements. But learning how to work with gel starts with the overlay. So I'm going to be showing you how to overlay from the tub compared to overlaying from the tube. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this aside for now. Now, you're going to notice when we're working from a tub that has this type of viscosity. It's not moving. It's very thick, right? So instead of, like, if I pull through the surface and come up, you can see that I have a very flat bead on one side of my brush. This is going to be very difficult for me to lay something down and work it evenly from side to side. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off. You're going to notice that when I'm working with this consistency, what I'm gonna do is take the tip of my brush and I'm literally gonna come in and kind of shovel out a nice healthy amount on one side of the brush. You see that tail that I have right here? I'm gonna take that tail and I'm gonna break it off on the end of the jar. Notice how I build a nice bead on the tip on one side of my brush, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to the cuticle area, and you can see how I'm keeping contact, right? I get initial contact. Now for me to cover the cuticle area well, notice how I'm working on top of the gel. I'm working in a circular motion over the top. I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, over the top in a circular motion to try to get as great of coverage as I can from this side to this side. Once I've covered that cuticle area, I'm going to keep contact with the surface and use a light front to back motion. Look at this. You can look at my hand motion. You see how I'm just kind of poking at it, but I'm keeping contact with the surface as I work the product down. If you do not have enough product, let's assume that you didn't pick up enough, you could always go back, grab a little bit more out of the jar, as you can see, and then again, initiate contact again with the existing gel and continue the same process, right? It doesn't matter whether you go back up over the top. I'm keeping contact with the whole entire surface as I'm working the product all the way down and through. The object is try to build a nice thin structure on the first coat. Don't worry about trying to build the upper arch. Focus on trying to get the gel, as you can see, really nice around the perimeter here, all the way down and through the body of the nail. And you're going to be able to do that by floating on the surface, keeping contact with the tip of the brush on the surface as you're working down and towards the end of the nail. This is going to complete the overlay from the tub, right? Now I'm going to show you the difference when working with the tube. And again, both are fast. But again, the nice thing about working from the tube is I don't have to physically reach inside the jar, grab it, and place it on the surface. I can start right from the nozzle. Let me show you how it's done. Let's go ahead and cure this first before we start the nozzle process. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this inside the line, right? So depending on how thick you build it out, remember, you could always choose the low heat mode. What this is going to do is set the gel at a slower pace. There is freezing techniques you can use by keeping the hand outside the gel. You could refer to some of the older videos that we have. They're going to show you how to eliminate some of those really intense heat spikes. But again, the whole purpose of this is to show you how to work with it, how to float it, how to overlay it, the first fundamental to your success when working with gel nails. So, when working from a tube, right? So when you get a brand new tube, what I'm gonna end up doing is kind of just, I like to kind of just, you know, take my hands and again, with the nozzle tightly on, just kind of roll the gel inside the tubes just to kind of get it all mixed nice and well. And then I'm just gonna kind of squeeze down from the bottom, pushing it towards the tip. And then once I open this, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna try to get most of the air out by actually just kind of pushing and getting, as you can see, let's just start the process by getting a little bit on the end, just like this, right? So I know that this is full and ready for application. Now the best thing about working from the nozzle is it's thin enough where I'm going to be able to squeeze it. So if I squeeze it out of the front just like this, you're going to notice right away that a nice healthy amount comes out the front end. Now, instead of using the brush, all I have to do is use the end of the nozzle and work it again over the top and down around the cuticle area. Once I'm done doing that, what I'm going to do is continue to squeeze more product out of the tube. And then again, using the same floating motion, I'm going to continue to work down the body of the nail, keeping contact with just the tip. And you can see as I'm working down, if I need more product, I could lightly squeeze more out and then continue to float all the way down until I reach the very, very end. My focus again is trying to get a nice healthy amount around the perimeter all the way down towards the end of the nail. And as you can see, I'm easily able to achieve a perfect overlay without physically having to go inside a jar, pick it up and set it down, right? And the best part about this is if you needed to use your brush to get closer, you could always take your brush and then kind of line it up or touch the sides. Like if I didn't have enough product, as you can see right here on the edge, like you could use the nozzle to get close, but if it's close to the cuticle area, you could always just take the very, very end of your brush and just kind of lightly touch it just to get it as close to the edges without touching the skin. So whether you work from a tub or from a tube, right, I want to make sure that you're able to overlay with the least amount of problems.
Hey guys, we hope you love our nail videos. Comment below and let us know what you want to see next. To see more, go right over here. To subscribe to our channel, head right over here.